Hello everyone, Amanda Lucido here with another real estate video. Today's topic is going to be about solar panels and what happens when you decide to purchase a home that might have solar panels already on it. So there's a couple of key things that you want to keep in mind when you come across a property that you love and you might want to put an offer in, but it does have solar panels. So if you're buying a home with solar panels, one thing you really want to do is you want to ask the listing agent for the contract, the solar contract. Now, every solar company is different. They all have different guidelines, different rules on their contract. And so you want to really thoroughly read through the contract, even though it could be very long, and just make sure that you understand everything within the contract. Most solar panels are leased, and the leases are usually about 20 years. So recently I had clients purchase a home that had solar panels on it, and the owner put those panels on only about a year ago. So for my clients that were buying this home, still had 19 years left on this lease. So we wanted to make sure that they were satisfied with that and wanted them to make sure that they understood everything within the contract. The next thing is you need to be aware that in order for the solar company to transfer the contract from the seller to you, the buyer, a few things that you need to be aware of is that the solar company might ask you to provide a credit check or a deposit to allow the transfer to happen. So for example, my clients decided to do the credit check. Now, we did ask the solar company if that would affect their credit, because they do essentially pull their credit. And when you're getting a mortgage, you don't want any other credit increase on your credit report. But it was a very soft pull, which did not affect her report. That may not be the same for every solar company, but for this specific one, it was. My buyers also had the option of putting a deposit down. I believe it was either between $500 to $1,000 for the deposit. So keep that in mind when you are taking over a lease for the solar panels. Now, I'm just going to go over a few pros and cons on solar panels in general. So when you buy them, let's say you bought a home and then you decided that you wanted to put solar panels on, the upfront cost, of course, is going to be more because you're buying them outright. So if you want to buy them, figure out how much they're going to cost you. The second thing is they keep working long after you pay them off. Now let's go into the leasing section. When you decide to lease solar panels, it lets you access cheaper electricity with little to no money down, but the benefits are limited. Also, the solar company owns the system, and you pay them a certain rate for the electricity. And one more thing to keep in mind is that when the lease is up, the system may be removed. So if you bought them, they're there forever. If you lease them after that lease is up, they might take them off your roof. Another thing to be aware of is you want to make sure that you're in an area that does get a lot of sun. If you have a lot of trees around your home and it doesn't get a whole lot of sun throughout the day, you might want to reconsider. If electricity is very expensive in your area, solar may be a great alternative for you. A few other takeaway items is when you do sign a contract to transfer over the solar agreement, most solar companies have a set of required documents that they need to send over to you for you to sign, and most need about 30 days to get this transfer done. So if you have a closing date, you want to make sure that 30 days from your closing date you start the transfer process, because there are some documents that take a little bit of time that they do require in order to make that transfer. The other thing too is some solar companies only charge a flat fee to transfer it to the new buyer. They do not require a credit check or a deposit. So again, they are all very, very different. So be sure to read over that contract very carefully. I hope this helped, and for any other questions, feel free to message me. I will link my email below, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day. Thank you so much for watching.